Yep, she's here.
Ow! And we here with Saladin the Poet. What's going on?
Hey, hanging in there. Glad y'all invited me back. You know what I mean? Much love to the Air It Out show, and I'm blessed, man. Blessed to be here, y'all. Thank you so much.
Last time we saw you, you were here with the Lloyd Gang family.
No doubt. Before I start, I'd just like to shout Due out for bringing me through. That meant a lot, you know what I mean? And that's what landed me here. Shout out Do It All, Lloyd Gang, God State Grace, and everybody else doing anything in Gyrllz. But the healing process, like I told you before, it's basically written as far as me dealing with the tragedy of my son being arrested and going away to prison. So, you know, that's what drives that project. And I talk about the healing process, about dealing with it, coping with it, and what you go through when you're faced with that kind of tragedy. You'll find a lot. Every range of emotion is on here. You got comedic stuff, stuff that'll make you cry, stuff that'll make you laugh, stuff that'll get you upset, and stuff that'll give you that will raise and challenge your ambition. You know what I mean? This is the healing process. Saladin. This piece is a piece that I wrote to my son, and it was a piece that I wrote to myself, actually, dealing with that situation, just reminding myself of what I need to do to get myself together. It's called The Rivers of My Father. The rivers of my father, could you carry me home? Carry me home. When my pops bought my first Kango, he asked me how I feel, was disappointed. I said, same old. He said, yeah, time's hard, but they gonna change though. Just remember, without the rain, there'll be no rainbow. Having been through what I've been, thought it was just lingo. Now I feel Dominican, this world's a big mango. Strange though, labels want you to change for singles. When a single is but $1, I ain't got change for. I spent years on the block, running from plain clothes, gumshoes, when I used to sling coke with dumb dudes. Watch my daddy go to prison, and that wasn't no fun, but was nothing compared to what I'm going through now with my son. So sometimes I gotta leave the streets, take my daughter to the park and let her feed the geese. I just need the peace. I just need to be free from beefs. Just need to pray to the east till my son's released. I swim the rivers of my father. March 2nd, 2007, my son caught a body, and it got me thinking, damn, I should have put him in karate. But my drinking kept me unfocused, always had to party. I'm Muslim, but my true religions mixed with Ed Hardy and Bacardi kept me off balance. Meanwhile, my little man was in the streets wildin', he done gotten so violent. And some say blame it on the ghetto, cause nobody's smiling, but that's childish when you're faced with the challenge of coping with my son in the system. My friends' kids are preparing for college, mine preparing for prison. It's nothing like I envisioned when I was just a kid, kidding around in the kitchen when my mom's was cooking fish and collard greens, hollering, Saladin, don't touch that cake mix. Too late, my finger around the bowl, I had to taste it. Now me and my cousin Ibn got icing on our faces. As we racing out the door, she would grab the belt to chase us. To the rivers of my father. Nobody wants to be a lowlife who has no life, who grows old with no wife and who smells of Old Spice, goes to work and finds out he might be losing his job, then returns home to find one of his dudes just died. His other man got hit, and if he do survive, he'll be paralyzed, he'll have to be supervised. The truth disguised as lies. I don't know what to believe. I've been at the brink of success and yet it wasn't achieved. They call me Happiness Eve, and yet I'm still in the clubs. My eldest son's been arrested, allegedly killing a blood. And I could say to him, boy, I told you so. But then he might say to me, you shouldn't have told me so. You should have showed me so. I would have been a bit more jovial and I did what I done. The iniquities of the father shouldn't fall on the son. Then my church-going people tell me call on the son. Tell them, if anything, I'm going to call on the one, the father. I swim the rivers of my father. Thank you.
All right. Snap.
This piece right here is called The Odd Couple. And I'm gonna shorten it up a little bit because you know it's kind of long. But I'm just gonna tell y'all a story. Y'all gotta vibe with me here in the station, man.
All right.
Alright, so my man, a friend of mine had a problem with his spouse. She found out he was cheating. She threatened to take the house. And he felt like a louse, like a slouch when she told him she would let him keep the Xbox, TV, and the couch. Right? So he calls me up to help him get back on his feet. Told me, come to this barbecue, there'd be women I should meet. Sweet, you know, because I think he respect me. He come through with 2 chicks look like Frankie and Neffy. And he ain't thinking upset me, because I ain't act phony about it. I took the barbecue chicken and the macaroni salad. I mean, the place had gotten crowded, everybody's of age. So I suggested we engage in a nice game of spades. He pulled out a bottle of Goose. He said, I got that for you. Halfway through it, Frankie and Neffy looked like Tiny and Toya. He said, you think you had enough? I said, give me some more. They still looking rough, homie. Give me some more. I took another couple shots. Look at this trash again. Tiny and Toya turned to Kim and Khloe Kardashian. I said, yeah, we smashing this. So we get back home. We acting all grown and made our private parks public. We taking pictures with the phones. I woke up the next morning and I was hit with the truth. Jamie Foxx in my conscience, blame it on the goose, blame it on the goose. So I had to break a loose. I grabbed my pants and my boots, don't know how I forget my socks, but I broke the hell out like I had the okay. I get halfway down the block and I hear somebody shout, Sal, where you going? This is your damn house. So I turned back around, I'm walking this green mile. By the time I get to the porch, she was already sitting down. She said, you're not a morning person. Why you acting all cranky? I said, I wasn't supposed to be here when you turned back to Frankie. You know, she had the nerve to thank me for a wonderful night and said she wasn't being impolite, but I just wasn't her type.
Oh.
Do you know what that's like? It made me reconsider because all that glitters ain't gold and all that's gold don't glitter. I said I stay in touch with her. Every now and then I hit her. I'm talking Facebook, MySpace, Yahoo, Twitter. But anyway, when I see my man, I'm going to kill this one. Yo, good looking out, man. Like I said, the project is a healing process. What I do is called poetry. It's not poetry, not really hip-hop. It's just something different, man, and I just like to big up, and also Stewart Films, man, Emily Stewart, all the people over at Stewart Films. I'd like to thank y'all. Definitely thank the Air It Out Show for bringing a brother through again. Hope I can become a friend of the station and get back in there, you know?
You's our uncle, brother, cousin, nephew, enough.
That's good enough.
Damn.
I accept it. I accept that. I love that.
All right. Oh, this is right here, Pink Panther.
This is very nice.
This is nice.
It's the Air It Out Show.
Chino.
With them Air It Out girls. Hey, listen up.